Okay, Assalamualaikum, welcome back guys. So today we are going to learn about measures of dispersion for ungrouped data. So previously when you were in Form 2, you have learned about the measures of central tendency. That one involve mean, mode and median. So in this topic you are going to learn about measures of dispersion, which basically involving the range, the interquartile range, the variance, the standard deviation. Okay, first of all we must know the definition of dispersion. Okay, so the dispersion is small if the data set has a small range. So the dispersion is large if the data set has a larger or wider range. Okay, so measures of dispersion of a set of data are quantitative measures such as range, interquartile range, variance and standard deviation. Okay, so let me show you a website that you can go to later, so to understand more, to understand deeper about the definition of dispersion. Okay, so here is an example when the data has a small value. Okay, 1 2 2 3 3 4. So the values in the data are close. Okay, the maximum is 4 and the minimum is 1. So the range is 4 minus 1 equals to 3. Okay, however, for the second data set, when you have 0, 1, 20, 30, 40 and 100, the difference of the largest value and the smallest value is big. 100 minus 0 equals to 0. So the range equals to 100, sorry. So the range is 100. So the range for the first data is 3. The range for the second data is 100. So that's how you understand the meaning of dispersion. Okay, so here is an activity from your textbook. Okay, so since we are all at home, so we cannot do it, but you can go through it. Okay, here in step 5, it asks you to construct the following charts. It says dot plot and stem and leaf plot. Okay, do you still remember how does the dot plot looks like? How does the stem and leaf plot look like? Okay, do you? Okay, so to understand the dispersion of data, the difference between the largest value and the smallest value is taken into consideration. If the difference between the values is large, it indicates that the data is widely dispersed and vice versa. So the thing inside this green box here, you must understand so that you have a strong basic to go into measures of dispersion later. Okay, here is an example of the dot plot. State the difference in size. So we can see that the largest is 79 and the smallest is 47. So the difference in mass is 32 kilo. Okay, and from the dot plot, the longest insect is 6.8 while the shortest insect is 3.1. Okay, if you can look into this graph paper here, so the 3.1 and the 6.8. okay, you need to count the small boxes inside on the graph paper. Okay, so the difference in length is 3.7. Okay, next is you need to compare and interpret dispersion of two or more sets of data. Look at the learning standard here. based on the stem and leaf plots and dot plots, and hence make conclusion. That's the things that you need to know. Okay, so how do you compare and interpret? Okay, so here activity 2 to compare and interpret. Okay, here we have 2 marks of April monthly test, and another one is marks for May monthly test. What you need to do first is to complete the stem and leaf plot. Okay, the stem is the thing in the middle here. Okay, rumah puluh. Okay, the tens. Okay, so the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the leaves are the rumah sa. Okay, the digits. Okay, so here we have 34, 38 for May, and 32, 35, 35, 39 for April. And then you get to complete the plot, and then you comment, interpret. Okay, so from the activity, it is found that the pupils' achievement in May monthly test is better because they score higher marks compared to the April monthly test. Okay, so in general, when 2 sets of data are plotted using stem and leaf plots, we can compare the patterns of the 2 plots. Here is when you want to compare 2 dot plots. Okay, the one above is score in science quiz, and the one below is score in mathematics quiz. Okay, basically we just look into the dot plots, and we can see that the science quiz we can see that the mathematics quiz got more students achieve higher marks, 12, 13, 14, 15. And for the science quiz, the spread of the data is quite big. Okay, so look at the question. Which set of data shows a wider dispersion? Of course, the science quiz. Why? Because it has larger difference in value. 15 minus 8 equals to 7. Which quiz has a higher difference in value? That one is the science quiz again. Between the scores, which pupil's achievement is better? We can say that they scored better in mathematics because most of the values are concentrated on the right of the dot plot. On the right of the dot plot, the marks are higher. More students are concentrated on the higher marks. Okay, okay, so that's all for 8.1. Thank you.